Hey folks, we're back for another Foundations draft. Um, we've been doing very well. It's been very fun. We drafted blue green twice in a row. They were two very different decks. I recommend you go back and check those vids out if you haven't already. We're going to dive into another one. We're going to try to not be blue green, but we're also going to try to draft the hard way, as they say. Be open to whatever's coming past us at our seat. I did not think the deck that we had last time, the blue-green deck we had last time, was very good. But we had creatures, and we had Overrun, and we had one Llanowar Elf, which won us a couple games, I would say. And so we did quite well. So we'll see how things go this time. Probably, eventually. Huh. I'm currently drafting this here on a Friday night. Maybe everyone's out at their LGS playing Friday Night Magic. If that is the case, good on you. I see an Arabo. Oh. Oh, geez. I'm leaning towards taking Curator. There is the Martin user rule. Take the cheap card. But I don't think there are that many cats. Some of the cats are very good. Helpful Hunter is very good. But Curator is just super, super good. You just get to 6 mana. It's a giant flying threat and fills your hand back up. And I think it's just better. I'm really on the fence here. We just had Curator last time. There's not really... We're going to try Curator again. Oh, I was so wrong. Look at all the cats. Just 2 premium cats and nothing to go with my Curator. That really, really hurts. I think I'm totally wrong. I think now that I'm 1 pack further in, I'm going to say I'm wrong. I'm going to go Eaten Alive and try and do blue-black control, maybe. But I would have been slamming Prideful Parent with Arbo and hoping to see some Felidar Saviors as well. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts so bad. It's hard when you don't know the set that well. I mean, we have 2 very good cards also. And now we have this, which is much less good. White still here. These are marginal white cards. 3/3 for 3 with first strike on your turn is good aggro card. Death Touch Raid. At the beginning of your end step, if you attack this turn, each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent of their choice or discards a card. 3/2 Death Touch. And this creature does not have to attack. Nothing else really stands out in power level. I just can't imagine not playing Curator. I don't know how strong this card is. The effect where it lets your opponent choose usually is not that good. Is less good than it seems. Why is it so loud? I'm going to take Llanowar Elves because it's the best card. There's just nothing here that I care about putting in my deck. It could be that black-red sack is a place to go. There's a Firebrand, a Sage, and a Soulcaller. Those are all serviceable, I would think, in that deck. I have not played it yet. There's also Librarian, but Llanowar Elves... And I'm assuming no one to our right, like the 3 seats to our right, are playing green if I'm getting past that Llanowar Elves. Which kind of means I'm going to take this Gnarlid Colony. I think Vampire Soulcaller is fine, but the whole blue-black control, none of these cards really play well with that. And I can't really... Gnarlid Colony just isn't very good. It is a 2-mana play, which I like, and it's also a 5-mana play, which... Yeah, okay. I don't like that pick 5. That doesn't feel strong enough. There's Refute to hold on to the Curator. There's another Gnarlid Colony to just make sure I can get on the board early. There's Elfsworn Giant, but I don't really need a ton of big cards. There's Burglar Rat. That does go well with Eaten Alive. We could be kind of black-green instead. I still want to play Curator, though. I'm going to take the green card. I could just keep taking mediocre green 2-drops. This does at least make an elf with Llanowar Elves. Truffle Snout is fine and is a 4-power creature if I somehow end up green-red. It's also a 3-drop, which plays well with the Llanowar Elves. Plunderer, Sower of Chaos, Bolt Wave, and 2 Make Your Moves. I'm going to take Truffle Snout because we just picked up 2 Gnarlid Colonies for better or worse. Okay, here there's like Dragon Trainer and Courageous Goblin, and I think both of these are good. I have a bunch of mediocre 2-drops, but in the 4-power deck, I think this is a pretty good 2. If you just play Goblin into Truffle Snout, then Goblin attacks as a 3/2 with Menace for 2 mana, and that's pretty darn good. Oh, this is really close here. I'm going to keep taking 2 mana plays, I guess. Double target creature's power until end of turn. I don't really want to be any of these cards. I have 2 playable cards, in my opinion. And maybe a Courageous Goblin. And unfortunately, I'm not going to get to play Curator, it looks like. Okay, Strongbox Raider I like. Beastkin Ranger I like. I think I'm leaning towards the uncommon here, and this gives you a little bit of card advantage. It looks like I'm going to be the aggressive deck here. I'm going to take the creature, I think. I don't usually like the equipment. Okay, now what? Red does seem to be open. Do I take another 2-drop? Or do I take a 1? I'd rather be able to play my Llanowar Elves, and I'm not sure about that. I think Firebrand might be better. I was just getting... Oh, my cats. Look at this. Mana value 2 or less from your graveyard. There's a Pride Mate. We're going to take another Llanowar Elves, without a doubt. Alenda seems very strong, I think. Lifelink 4/4. Only half the removal spells in the set can deal with it. Speaking of removal, that is one thing we're short on. Sphinx of Forgotten Lore. Is this a reprint? It is, right? Whenever this creature attacks, target instant or social card in your graveyard gains flashback. I mean, I'm going to take a third Llanowar Elves and try to guarantee we have Llanowar Elves on turn 1. That seems good to me. I wish we could have played Sphinx, Kindred Sphinx deck. But I think that train has sailed. Okay. There are 3 green cards I would play, and potentially even Goblin Borders. So I do think I want to Burst Lightning here. I want to be able to interact a little bit. Burst Lightning also goes face. I think it's just good. There's 2 lands here too. Any one of these 5 cards. Oh, 6, excuse me. I would take back. Battlesong Berserker. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gains +1/+0 and gains menace. Another Raise the Past, huh? I think with all the Llanowar Elves, the 3-drops and 4-drops are better. We kind of don't need more 2s. I do like the Gnarlid Colonies, though, because I could play them on 2 or play them on 5, or potentially 4. I'm going to take the Berserker. I like Menace. Menace sounds good. I'm not thrilled about it, though. I don't like how I have a bunch of Llanowar Elves and then a bunch of red cards that I'm trying to play. Whenever this creature attacks, another target creature you control gains trample and gets +X/+X. This is like a weird rare. This doesn't feel like a 2024 power level rare. Like, I feel like this card was an uncommon in a previous set. But it does seem good. 4/4 for 4 trample. I would like this bite down, that's for sure. I'm going to take the rare and see how it works. Pretty straightforward one, but... Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to take a Bushwhack here. Goblin Borders is kind of whatever. Oh, not you either. Yeah, I mean, this looks... Like I said, mana's a little clunky. It'd be good. Well, Bushwhack helps with that as well. It can find me a land early if I need. The Shivan Dragon isn't bad either. Just a big old flyer. I like Giant Growth. I just want to be aggro. I've got Tramplers. Giant Growth is pretty cool with Ashroot Animist. Wildwood Scourge also just fits anywhere on your curve. And there's some... I'm going to take the Scourge, I think. I'm going to hold out hope that we can get a Giant Growth somewhere if we need it. I'm going to take the 2 again. We've got 3 Llanowar Elves now, so the chances of making a 1/1 are higher. What we're doing with the 1/1 in this deck is still up for debate, but do I want the borders? Playing a 3/2 on 2 with Llanowar Elves isn't great. Or do I want an Incinerating Blast? I kind of already have an Incinerating Blast. I definitely don't want Blossoming Sands. I'm going to take the borders. Draw a card. They have to have counters on them already. I'm going to take Goblin Surprise. I don't think it's what I want, but it's not a 0. Okay, these are all... I didn't get either of the lands. The Evolving Wilds I'm not surprised about. I don't really have any 4 Power Matters cards. I wanted to switch to the Dwinnins Elite. But I think I would have regretted it. I'm not sure. I don't have the time to... Okay, we've got split. Oh, Thornwood Falls for that Curator. I want Courageous Goblin. I want Bite Down. I want Giant Growth. I want Snakeskin Veil. I'm going to take the Bite Down just as one more interactive spell, and then hopefully one of these comes back. A bunch of those, well, there were infinite red and green cards in that pack. Savannah Lions. How different this draft could have been. Boy, okay. I like more Courageous Goblins. I like one Snare Spinner as something to do with my mana. It's also cool with Wildwood Scourge. I also like an Indrik. I like having... And I have the Llanowar Elves to ramp. I'm going to reveal the top X cards of your library. You may put any of our permanent cards mana value X or less. Is this good? How much mana do you have to pump into this thing for it to be good? I don't think I'm going to have enough mana. Like if you play it for 8, you look at the top 5 and get 5 or less. Edict. Okay. I only have one Truffle Snout to go with the Goblins. I'm going to take an Evolving Wilds here and help my mana a little bit. There's so many things that I'm looking at on the wheel already. Mostly just out of that first pack. But I already have 21 playables. Yeah, I'm going to take one land. Another Scourge. Or a Giant Growth. Well, I'm not going to find an overrun at this point, unfortunately. I'm going to take the Scourge. I don't have a ton of top end yet. Parent. The person to my left has a sick Arbo deck, I hope. I'm not sure. I didn't see a ton after getting immediately punished in pack 1. I guess I didn't see it in pack 2 because they were just snapping it all up. Okay, 2 Bite Downs, a Bushwhack, a Burst Lightning, an Indrik. Here's my Snare Spinner if I want it, and I think I do. Maybe Lagak comes out. Oh, I also do like a Gorehorn Raider, and there's a Juggernaut, and a... I'm kind of light on 3s, which is where I want to be with Llanowar Elves. I'm torn here. I'm going to take the 3. But I think Gorehorn Raider is a pretty good card. Usually I'm going to be attacking, and usually you can find a way to get value out of it. Okay, the Snakeskin Veil and the Giant Growth. I don't feel like... I might want a Snakeskin Veil that... I'm going to take... I'm going to take the Giant Growth, obviously, because that's what I took. Okay. I think I'm going to take Goblin. I don't want more than one Spider in this deck, I don't think. Call, Courtyard, Creature type. There's just no way that's relevant, right? Nope, not at all. Okay, I should have taken the Snakeskin Veil. I don't think I want the Firebrand because I'm going to be slanted more green. And there's an Incinerating. Okay, so I have every common whatever card, red and green card, if I want them. This looks like, you know, core set Magic right here. Like, just play creatures. I've got my Llanowar Elves. I've got a little ramp. I'm playing creatures. I've got some combat tricks. I've got a bit of removal. And I'm just ready to go. Where's my bite downs? 45 cards, huh? I'm going to cut Incinerating Blast, I think. I could cut one Giant Growth. I could cut one land. I have a Bushwhack and 3 Llanowar Elves. I feel like we're fine there. We are also playing best of 1, which I believe still has the hand smoother. So you are... I mean, I wouldn't rely on it, but... You're a little bit safer cutting a land. I don't want to say that. Play enough lands in your deck, please. Probably one Giant Growth. Maybe the Indrik? You can like play Indrik, put the trigger on the stack, and Giant Growth it to kill a giant thing. Maybe one Wildwood Scourge. And maybe... Like I said, I want the 3s, but Goblin Borders like sucks as a 3. Because you can't attack. And then so now I'm thinking maybe Axeguard Cavalry or Wildwood Scourge. Maybe I should cut the double red cards instead and switch my mana a little bit, because I'm a little worried about being able to play elves on 1. I have 8 forests. Dragon Trainer is very good into 5, and Strongbox Raider is like my only source of card advantage. Here it is. Boy, I'm getting used to having this picture on the box right here. I feel like there might still be more of those to come as well. Turn 1 elf. Turn 2 elf. Love it. Courageous Goblin is a little clunky here. Dunedain's Elite. We just don't have any way to really make great use of the 1/1. It's still good. More bodies is better than less, but... Forest. We could get Essence Scattered here for sure. Oh, okay, we might not. It's like I turned the volume up. Why does everything feel so loud? We could get Ambush Wolfed. Is that likely? I want to put Courageous Goblin into play. I've got 4 mana, so my hand's pretty clunky. I guess I'm going to play around the wolf. If I just... Okay. Now, theoretically, we have Bite Down, we have Burst Lightning. I guess I missed 2 points of damage there. They just did nothing, so I guess that's fine too. It'd be really nice if I had a way to trigger this Goblin. Dragon Trainer would be a sick draw. Light Shell Duo. Okay. We could also just play a land, Burst Lightning, the Light Shell, get in for 5. Light Shell is also a good target for the Indrik, assuming I can get the mana and they're tapped out. If we found the Truffle Snout, we could play Truffle Snout plus Bite Down and get in for 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to keep attacking, and I have multiple removal spells. And they are tapped out. So we are going to just do this. Use all of our mana. Get in for damage. And keep this draft rolling. Okay. Spectral Sailor plus Burnished Heart. I'm gonna... I believe... I don't... They could have double green cards, too, is the thing. They could have Snakeskin Veil, but at least if they have Snakeskin Veil, I'm putting a 4/4 into play. And then the Goblin... Yeah. This seems like a slam dunk. We've still got... I mean, this was perfect. Just aggro, tempo, you know, keep putting threats into play, keep getting your stuff out of the way. We had it. We had it all this time. Whenever you attack, target creature you control gains +1/+0 and gains menace. We can just play that, swing with the Indrik and the Dwinnen's Elite. I don't think I have a way to kill them with Bite Down. Bite Down. Give this menace. It deals 5. They block the 2. That also gets rid of the... I don't know why I waited till... Target a creature... Hold on. Get out of... I was just getting fancy for no reason, getting into combat. I thought I was gonna, like... fight with the Indrik, plays around Giant Growth. But... which probably was still right. I decided to fight with the creature that wasn't in combat. But there's nothing that could fizzle my spell by bouncing the creature. All they could do was play Snakeskin Veil or Giant Growth. And Indrik is better if they play Giant Growth. I'm just clicking buttons sometimes. We were quite aggro, and we got a W. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's room for aggro to be good in this format from what I've seen. Like there, our opponent was slow. Well, we had Llanowar Elves. But still, the point remains. Oh boy, how many Llanowar Elves is too many? This is essentially 6 mana sources and nothing to trigger the Goblin. I don't want to mulligan, especially on the play. I don't want to go down resources and mulligan into a non-functional hand. I mean, we can just play all our cards next turn. They have Fleeting Distraction. They have Witness Protection. Okay. Okay, we really want to not draw land now. We have a Courageous Goblin and a Legitimate Business Person. Wow. Okay. Are they just stacked with removal? Yeah, we're looking pretty clunky. I could keep them back. I'm just not particularly interested in playing Giant Growth on defense. Against blue-white? Sheesh. Okay. They're picking me. That sucks. Are they going to miss a land drop? And get to make up for it with pick? Oh, the blocking rules change. Ah. Sky Mage, okay. It's all we can do. I mean, the pick is dangerous, but I could have kept a token back. I just want to... I don't know. I kind of want to get the game over. This is going to start getting out of control. Yep. There's a land. I think we're in trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is definitely the classic issue with ramp is sometimes, well, and we did talk about cutting the double red cards, and then we didn't do that. With ramp, with aggro, whatever. You're just at the mercy of what comes off the top. I'm gonna keep cracking. They're gonna get to eat a thing if they're brave enough. Maybe I should have saved the 2/2. This was a good block by them. Like, I want to kill the Sky Mage more, but I mean, this could have just been trash on my part. I'm just going to get blown out, but that is what it is. Yeah. Double Rebukers. Maybe they'll turn them all sideways, and then we'll just kill them on the crackback. Although then they'd have to spend all their mana on something that wasn't a creature. Yeah. That was the only good card we drew all game. Do they have Essence Scatter? 4, 5, 6, yeah, 6. Seven, 8, 9. We're technically not dead. If they draw some cards, we definitely could be dead. Oh, Wizard doesn't fly, of course. He's got a lot going on, a lot of flaps and stuff that could be wings. Do I have an overrun in my deck this time? I don't think I do. I feel like not getting blown out on that one turn might have gotten me there. I'm not sure, but definitely would have helped. I definitely felt a little desperation given that I didn't have a lot of action happening. Spider, maybe? Does Spider do anything? Oh, this is bad if they block. Yeah, because now I can't bushwhack the... Oh. I didn't think that through particularly well, that's for sure. I have to bushwhack, or else I'm dead. It was a 2 for 2, it just wasn't any good. I take 4 or 5. 5, it looks like. Oh, if only I had a freaking Wildwood Scourge, huh? Okay, well... Only when you lose. I don't understand. That was part our deck's fault. Definitely part my fault. We're 1-1. We'll be alright, probably. I do want to draw that 4-mana 4/4 rare guy. Just crack some skulls with that guy. See what happens. We drew very well in game 1 and had a lot more clunky draw in game 2. I guess we could have mulliganed in game 2. I'm going to plan to play Goblin on 2 because then there's a tiny chance it has Menace on turn 3. I think I have 1 card that triggers it. We've got a lot of lands again. Opponent's mulliganing, I believe. What is this? Yep. Don't burst lightning me. Thank you. Also, don't burst lightning me next turn either. Oh, shit. Could be a braid. We're going to play our card and try to do our thing. Living the dream. Next turn is definitely clunky. We could play a 2-mana 2/2. Ooh. Or we could play a 4-drop. Do they have the Abrade? They must. They have Goblin Surprise. Then. Given everything we had 2 toughness, at least we traded the small guy. We don't have overrun, so I don't have a huge incentive to keep my creatures in play necessarily. Just declutter the board and try to get my menace going. It's harder for them to block the less creatures they have. This dude looks pretty cool. And I drew an elf. Land would have been good, but that's fine too. Keep playing creatures. Keep playing creatures. Land is good. Spell is probably good too. We seems like we're in a pretty good spot. We've got some evasion going on. Just staying ahead of the game. Well, Goblin Negotiation I just don't think is a very good card. It's not Pest Infestation. And obviously it looks like our opponent probably is an aggro deck, but they haven't actually played an actual creature yet? Okay. We could play Scourge as a 3/3 and use all of our mana. Or we can just play Dwinen's Elite. Again, like if they trade here, I've got a bunch of creatures and it's hard for them to block. Scourge might have... I'm not sure what was the better play there. We did guarantee that we got the elf before... we got the elf before... Okay. That's going to be a tough race to win. 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there any way they can 16 me? Am I that scared that I played like the Scourge as a 2/2? Maybe I just play the Scourge as a 3/3 and leave the elf. Maybe I just play the elf to play the 5-drop next turn. They can't 16 me. If I play the Scourge as a 2/2 and they have the, like... Okay. My apologies to young Alcibiades. I got a little lost in the sauce again, trying to play around wraths and stuff. And obviously it wasn't necessary. Just keep going. Keep going. Again, I'm sorry. Whatever your name was. That's my bad. I mean, that's what we want to do. Play creatures. Turn them sideways. Legend of Jugs. I go first, and I have a Llanowar Elf. Get that early Gnarlid. See if that's good. We again have one draw that turns on our Courageous Goblin. I'm just going to play the Gnarlid Colony as a 4/4 next turn. If I wasn't going to... I'm not sure I shouldn't have just blocked with the elves. I have the lands. Parent, okay. Do I want to bite down and just keep the board clear? I'm just in such a sticky spot. If I just play my 5/5 and they play a removal spell... They're clearly trying to aggro me, so let's try and... not deal with that. We drew another removal spell, so yeah. I don't think I'm at the point where I'm going to trade my Llanowar Elves for their 1/1 cat token, so... I don't remember what their situation was. I probably should have just... main phase the Burst Lightning. Getting into combat is just asking to get blown out by tricks. More removalage? Or something else? Could be Joust Through? They could have just been baiting me to make a trade the cat for a... Do we need to go down another land? I'm gonna get killed by this Midnight Snack, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they're going to get me with the Joust Through at some point, I think, so... Oh, it was make your move, and they did that. Do they have another one? 6 mana. Okay, so now they can 6 me with the Midnight Snack. I just still have so many lands in my deck. I still have the Strongbox Raider in, right? I forgot to crack the wilds. Yeah. I guess it was fine because the Berserker was pretty good. Yep. Are they going to trade a thing for a food? Okay, let's thin a little bit, I suppose, for what that's worth. A spider. I like a spider. That's a thing to do with my mana. Okay, now we can get in for a big old hit. I mean, we got to start chunking them to get to get through this. Are you going to block with everything? Okay. Eight mana, so... Yeah, I mean, they're still not really that close to killing me from 13. I'm also not particularly close to killing them. How is that tapping? Okay. Oof. For 9 mana. Okay. Is this only a... It's only a sorcery. Oh, man. I missed a counter there. If I just bushwhack, then there's no way they can attack me next turn, right? That feels so bad. Okay, they gotta eat some food here, right? They can 9 me. 3 leaves them 6 more mana to eat 3 foods. Okay, what is their deck? Even if they... So 2 more lands still doesn't... Okay, I want to do that. If they drew, like, removal spell, they still wouldn't have to block. They could eat some number of foods. I don't know that I was particularly effective with my counters there. I kind of got... I was thinking I was going to attack with all, but attacking with all doesn't force them to block because of all the food. Okay. Yeah. Does that somehow do it? They can eat 2 food. No, they can eat 3 food. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can kill him through that. If they could only eat 2 food, then I would be set. It costs 6 mana to double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they could eat 1 food, so that wouldn't do it either. I have a Strongbox Raider I'm about to play. I don't know, the math is too much for my tiny brain. Okay, now they don't have very many food. And they still have to eat 2 more to not die or block. Maybe this was aggressive. I don't know, they have so many food. Yeah, they're 1 mana short of cracking them both, right? No, they're 2 mana short of cracking them both. Wacky game. Look at my opponent's deck. Holy cow. Oh, geez. Now we're really up there. Now we're platinum. Okay. That was the fastest I've ever got to platinum ever. But now win rate should crater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hair appearance. A couple make your moves. A couple midnight snacks. And a handful of cats. Cool. Cool deck. Hey, we got to 3 wins. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Things really start to get tough now, I'm sure. The Quats, aka Quintorius Kond. Wait. I don't have a Llanowar Elf and I am not on the play. I don't know about keeping this hand. Okay, I found a 2-drop. That seems better. Yikes. We're going to try to find a spot to bite that down. I should have just attacked with the colony and got my 2 damage. Like, I can't... This is not the black-white start I would have expected. Double blocking gets destroyed by Joust Through or Bake. We're just... Yeah, you got me. Not enough green. This thing's just going to keep getting bigger. This thing is going to keep cracking in the air. They're just going to send again, and I'm going to be scared and not block again. I don't really want to take 7. But maybe I just take 7. Having double green would be a lot better than not having double green. Yep. Even get a little value out of the surveil, huh? I mean, I could just do this now while they're tapped out. Snarled colony just looking miserable. I mean, whatever the thing is that they've got, they've got. Do they have 2 things now? I can't really wait. I'm on 8. I've got to block something. Okay, what giant thing are they gonna play now? Pick stuff up. I mean, I would have been tempted to play the guy out of the graveyard. Definitely got punished for not playing the land. What are you going to do? Courageous Goblin, not gonna do it. We got wrecked. As predicted, win rate craters. 0% win rate since hitting platinum. Unreal. Yeah, we just got massacred that game. Just got on the back foot. I don't know. Maybe was there a place in there where I could have traded the Gnarlid for anything? I got rid of the Flyer and the Thalia's Lieutenant that just kept growing and growing. I don't think I really misplayed my removal spells, but I might have. Okay, we're back against a gold opponent, and unsurprisingly, I have Llanowar Elves on turn 1. Do they have stab? No. Although turn 2 is clunky because I have nothing to play. I can play a 2/2 Wildwood Scourge. Then I have 4 drop on 3. Could they play like Goblin Surprise or something? Do I want to just trade this? I don't think I do. They just wanted to raid. Okay. We might have to take some damage here. We'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to block. I'd rather, like, hold up, bite down, and see if we can get him into a bad spot. How does this work? Once I assign damage... Okay, they don't. Okay. I was worried that once I assigned damage, they were going to like have an opportunity to sacrifice. I could have just played a giant Wildwood Scourge there, which I think might have been correct. A 4/4. Well, maybe not. Wait, really? Do they just want to raid again? They have a strongbox? When this creature enters, target creature an opponent controls gets minus... If a creature died this turn, that creature gets -13 instead. We're going to do this now while we have the power to do it then. That's an uncommon? I've never seen that card before. Please don't touch my Scourge. Yeah, I mean, they're clocking us for sure. We're pretty dead. We spent like, oh no, 1 bite down. Opponent going hard on the manual tapping. It only takes red. Wow. Okay, we need Raider to hit a bite down. Gnarlid Colony, huh? It's not a bite down. Oh, GG's. Like I said, just not fair. We made it to Platinum, win rate 0%. Can't even believe it. Went 3-3 though. We had Llanowar Elves. I don't know what was wrong. We never saw Animist. That was a bummer. I don't know if it could have got us out of anything, but We played that really fun game against Midnight Snack. That was pretty cool. We didn't really... We were okay at using the elf, I think. We just got ran over a couple times, and... Deck was okay. Not a ton of super high-end power, though, that's for sure. But we finished a draft in under an hour and a half. So there's that. Yeah. It was a fun one. We went 3-3. It's all you want. We got most of our gems back. We got a couple packs. We're going to keep rolling, keep trying. Hopefully our win rate in Platinum will be more than 0%, but we'll see. Otherwise, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you watched, if you liked the video, please hit all the buttons down below. That really, really, really helps me out. I really appreciate it. Can't tell you how much. Be excellent to each other, and I'll see you next time.